But will it work? Jasmin Guénette is the Vice President of the Montreal Economic Institute, and welcome. So this idea that, that we're going to restructure, cut the fat, and there will be a payoff in the long term, it does sound good in theory, but do you think it'll work?
Well, this budget should not come as a surprise because the Liberal government has announced for many months now that they would do what they did yesterday. The potential to work is there, I think. At the Montreal Economic Institute, we have published reports over the year stating how important returning to a balanced budget is important to maintain sound public finance and to be able to have an economy that is growing year after year. As Martin Coiteux mentioned earlier during your interview, only 6 times in the past 40 years did we have a balanced budget. So I think it is quite important, and I do believe that it has the potential to spark the economy and really help in the long run the finance of the government and also help the economy as a whole.
But the potential, you say, is good, but what are your concerns? What are the pitfalls here?
Yeah, well, a budget is always a projection that what will happen in the next 12 months. And so obviously many things can happen. Nobody has a crystal ball to see whether or not everything that is in the budget will work or not. Some of the pitfalls are that again, we are seeing in the budget huge amount of money to be planned to be spent on, for example, the maritime strategy, again, subsidizing businesses and so on. So we're seeing the same old type of politics in that budget, but at the same time, reducing the public sector debt. In 1999, since 1999, we have increased the public sector debt by $95 billion. Each taxpayer now owes the government $68,000. And so it's important to return to a balanced budget, but at the same time to make sure that we do this the right way.
But they're targeting mainly the health sector and the education sector to make these structural sort of realignments.
Yeah.
It's a hard sell for the government, though.
Yeah, people are worried, and it is a tough sell for the government. But I think it's an opportunity to do things differently in the province of Quebec, the way we give services to the population. For example, as regard to healthcare, the budget has increased year after year after year, and we still see the waiting lines that are very long. We still see people.
We're not seeing the results.
Yeah, exactly. And so it's really an opportunity now to do things differently and to rearrange the system to make it more efficient. And so we have to do things differently to make sure that the government continues to offer the service that the population wants, but more efficiently.
Overall, because we're almost out of time, is this a good document, do you think?
I think we're going in the right direction. It should be the first step. The first step is to have a balanced budget, and then we should aim towards reducing the tax burden and reducing the size of the public sector debt. And I think it's a good document in the sense that it's laying out the path for the future.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for coming in today.
My pleasure.